Australia, officially the Commonwealth of Australia, is a country consisting of the mainland of Australia, the island of Tasmania, and many small islands. It is the sixth largest country by area in the world. Australia's neighboring countries are, to the north is Indonesia, to the northeast is the French Solomon Islands, and to the southeast is New Zealand. Australia has an area of nearly 7,700,000 square kilometers, and a population of nearly 26 million people. Australia has a large territory and is rich in natural resources, but the population is quite small, so Australia makes it very easy for foreigners to immigrate. Indigenous Australians who lived in Australia at least 40,000 years ago. The main language of Australia today is English. Australia is one of the countries with a high degree of urbanization, but that does not mean that this place lacks the attraction of natural beauty. Australia's tourism is not only attractive because of the modern destinations of big cities like Sydney or Melbourne, but also attracts visitors with majestic natural wonders, wild, vast deserts, beautiful landscapes, long blue beaches, and beautiful, charming islands. We invite you to explore Australia with us. Dear audience, when it comes to Australia, most tourists think of a peaceful, beautiful and friendly land. However, the most outstanding and memorable feature when traveling in Australia is the kangaroos. Gentle, cute, but very gentle. We invite you to learn a little bit about kangaroos with us. Kangaroos are the symbol of Australia, and their image is featured on the federal coat of arms, Australia's national airline Qantas Airways, the Royal Australian Air Force, and several other currencies. According to 2011 statistics, Australia has nearly 35 million kangaroos living here, which is more than the population of Australia. Kangaroos belong to the family Macropods, that is, the large-legged family. Thanks to these large feet, kangaroos can jump up to 9 meters with a single flip of their legs, and can move at speeds as fast as 48 kilometers per hour. Kangaroos have strong hind legs and a long tail to keep their balance when moving at fast speeds. Adult kangaroos have an average height of more than 2 meters. The average weight of a male kangaroo is between 55 and 90 kilograms. Females are much lighter, only about 18 to 40 kilograms. Usually kangaroos give birth to only one baby per litter, and have a pouch on their abdomen, used as a place to place baby kangaroos. Thanks to the thick and safe pocket hair, the kangaroo babies just need to lie in the womb and travel around. During this time they suckle their mother's milk. After about 4 months, the new mice dare to come out of the bag to start grazing, and after 10 months they will be adults with enough body parts to live on their own. The average lifespan of kangaroos is 6 years, and the main food is plants. Kakadu National Park. Kakadu National Park is a vast expanse of land of majestic natural beauty and extremely rich culture. Visitors come to Kakadu to survey wetlands, to look for crocodiles, to take the best pictures of 275 species of birds, or to admire works of art by Australian Aboriginal stone. It is home to 68 species of mammals, more than 75 species of reptiles and more than 10,000 species of insects. Generations of Aboriginal Australians have lived and protected this land for more than 10,000 years. The close spiritual association with this land of Aboriginal Australians has been shown on the World Heritage List. Sydney. Sydney is one of the famous cities, always motivating tourists to visit every time they travel to Australia. Here, everywhere, there are magnificent monuments, large-scale museums, green and spacious parks, modern entertainment areas, and warm, blue stretches of beach. The most prominent landmark in the city of Sydney is the Sydney Opera House. This is a symbolic work of the city of Sydney in particular, and the whole of Australia in general. This structure is located near Sydney Harbour Bridge. During the day, the white Sydney Opera House stands out against the blue sky, high and wide. This magnificent theatre has a unique architecture, shaped like a boat, with sails reaching out to sea. This building is also considered the cultural centre of the city, with a concert hall, an opera house, halls, bars and restaurants. No matter what angle you look at it from, the Sydney Opera House looks like one of Australia's most memorable architectural creations. In the evening you will be treated to a beautiful light show that spreads across the rooftops and over the water. Many tourists also jokingly say, if you have not visited the Sydney Opera House, you are considered to have never been to Sydney. Sydney Harbour Bridge is the world's largest steel bridge, one of the symbols of the land of kangaroos. This is the main bridge connecting Sydney city centre with the north shore of the harbour. This bridge has been recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records, with a length of 509 meters and a steel arch up to 134 meters high weighing 39 tons. Sydney Harbour Bridge's surface is divided into 2 rail lines, 8 lanes for cars, and 1 lane for pedestrians. With its grandeur as well as its location at Sydney Harbour, the wharf has become an important landmark for any Australian, and is an exciting experience for visitors when having the opportunity to travel on this bridge. Visitors can go to the top of the bridge and enjoy the panoramic view of Sydney City, immersed in the sunset, and Sydney City lights up brilliantly at night. It is known that Sydney Harbour Bridge is also the place where couples believe that they will be happy together when they propose to their partner on this bridge, or hold a wedding here. Sydney Tower is the tallest building in the city of Sydney, and also the place where visitors can enjoy a panoramic view of the beautiful Sydney City. The tower is 309 meters high, and has a total of 56 cables, each weighing nearly 7 tons, used to anchor the upper part of the tower to the center point building below ground. This is the architecture that helps the tower to stand firm against the stormy winds blowing in from the sea. And it is also the long-stretched cables to protect this tower that have created an impressive and unique beauty for this architectural work. Sydney Tower has a maximum capacity of 960 guests. The high-speed elevator system can transport about 2,000 visitors per hour, and each time up or down takes only about 40 seconds. The upper part of the Sydney Tower has 9 floors. On the top floor, visitors can observe the whole city of Sydney. From sailing ships in the harbour, to skyscrapers. From the immense ocean, to the towering mountains that surround the city of Sydney. For more than a year, Blue Mountain National Park is located about 65 kilometers west of Sydney City, an ideal destination for those who love nature. The mountains here rise high above the coastal plain, combined with magnificent, high cliffs. The waterfall flows endlessly. Cliffs of various shapes, sacred places of Aboriginal people. The Blue Mountains region is one of the magnificent World Heritage Sites of the southern state of Australia, and is very suitable for hiking, climbing and cycling activities, very well. Sydney City has more than 100 beaches, full of sunshine and cool wind, in harmony with the energetic life of the people here. The 2 most prominent beaches to mention are Manly and Bondi. Manly was named to describe the tall, strong, and handsome natives. The beach on the harbour side is perfect for swimming, fishing, or relaxing boating. In addition to walking on the fine sand carpet, enjoying a glass of cool juice, visitors can also swim in the clear blue water of the cool swimming pools. The beach also has many restaurants, eateries, bars, and hotels for tourists. The professionalism and friendliness create a refreshing feeling for the cruises. Sydney Harbour National Park is 392 hectares wide, stretching around the harbour coast, plus a number of islands scattered throughout. This park is famous for its long-running beaches and cliffs, warm, clear blue water, with peaceful and quiet atmosphere. The people here are relatively well-off and very polite, which will give visitors the feeling of being very considerate and close. Therefore, the majority of visitors said that this place is an ideal resort, before continuing the journey to explore Australia. Outback. The Outback, the southern region of New South Wales, is the land of the spiritual Aboriginal people, harsh deserts of wild beauty. This area preserves the history of Aboriginal life from 40,000 to 60,000 years ago. There are also transitional areas in the park between the arid regions in the west, and occasional rain in the east. On the ground are bare rocky outcrops that were burned by volcanic lava thousands of years ago. On the hillside are gorges that deepen into the valley, and are crisscrossed with hiking trails, stretching like a web around the arid region. Uluru. Located in the north of Australia is Uluru National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, covering an area of up to 1,398 square kilometers, and including the Uluru Ayers Rock. Rocky Mountain was discovered in 1973. Uluru is a giant monolith in the Ayers Range, and has become one of the most recognizable natural symbols of the land of kangaroo. Many Aborigines here believe that the gods in the shape of turtles turned into stone Uluru over 500 million years ago. From the distance, the giant rock mountain Uluru has a round shape and stands tall, completely one block. This rock mountain has a height of 348 meters, a length of 3 kilometers, the circumference of the foothill is about 8.5 kilometers. The most special thing about this rocky massif is that there is no vegetation, 4 steep cliffs, the top is flat like a newly raised island, just like a giant animal resting on the ground. From early morning to late evening, the color of light at this rock mountain always changes alternately. In the afternoon when the sun was about to set to the west, the stone revealed a crimson color. And at sunrise the entire rock mass turns pale red. But around noon, it turned into another vibrant color. Great Barrier Reef. If you are a lover of dolphins, rays, colorful fish or giant turtles, the Great Barrier Reef will not disappoint you. The Great Barrier was honored as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. This is truly a kaleidoscope of colors underwater. It is home to more than 1,500 species of tropical fish and 400 types of coral. This marine park is over 3,000 kilometers long, stretching across the Queensland coast. It is longer than the Great Wall of China and is also visible from space. Lake Hillier. The lake is pink. At first it seems that this is just a joke. There is no such thing as a pink lake in the world. However, the truth will surprise you completely when in Australia there is a pink lake called Hillier. This is a saltwater lake located on Middle Island, the largest island in the Recherche archipelago located off the southern coast of Western Australia. What makes this lake so special and well known is that it has a natural pink color, not due to any human intervention. Moreover, the water in the lake even remains pink even after being taken out of the lake. The surrounding of the lake is covered with many trees, the most of which are melaleuca and eucalyptus trees. Surrounding the lake is a stretch of white sand, a dense paperback forest and a eucalyptus forest. That scene creates an extremely vivid and beautiful picture. Rottnest Island, Western Australia. The Quokkas on Rottnest Island in Western Australia are certainly proud of the beautiful island they have chosen to make their home. How can you not be proud? This is heaven. Just a short ferry ride from Fremantle or Perth can take you to discover this island that is home to the world's happiest animal. Here, you are not only free to take selfies with these friendly animals but also relax on the pristine white sand beaches, just like what Instagrammer Ellen Dixon discovered. Wineglass Bay, Tasmanian state area. There are 2 ways to get here. If you don't want to climb the hill, you can get here via Hazards Beach. However, this road is 4 to 5 hours long but quite interesting. Here, you can immerse yourself in the crystal clear waters, fine white sand and distant granite mountains. You are advised to prepare picnic gear to have time to enjoy this paradise. Melbourne. Melbourne is in the state of Victoria, located in the southeast of Australia, and is also the 2nd largest city in Australia. The city has simple, modern, lively features, blends in with the ancient features, and has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Cultural City. This city is attractive by the buildings designed with modern art, mixed with the historical features of an Australian royal period, so it is very suitable for those who are interested in architecture, history, and arts subjects. Especially, this city attracts international students from all over the world, because of its active lifestyle, rich social activities, and diverse and famous university system. The most ideal meeting point in the city of Melbourne is Flinders Street Station, the oldest station in Australia, opened in 1854. It was also the busiest railway station in the Southern Hemisphere. Flinders train station is famous for the local witty saying, "Meet me under the clock." The clock here is the clock located at the main door of the station for people to easily track the departure and arrival times of the train cars. Every time they mention this watch, of course they will know that they are talking about Flinders Street Station. Near the train station is Federation Square, which has a completely opposite architecture with the ancient Victorian style. This square has a liberal and modern architectural style, with a bold, angular, asymmetrical structure. This is a public place and also the main place of community activities of the city of Melbourne. Here visitors can participate in many activities to explore the museum, or simply sit and watch the flow of people passing by. And these are the famous 12 Apostles in Port Campbell National Park, are giant rocks with many spiritual meanings, in the southern seas of Australia. These sacred rock formations were created by the continuous erosion of the limestone cliffs, between 10 million and 20 million years ago. The storms in the southern sea combined with high winds gradually eroded the limestone, forming caves in the cliffs. In the evening, most tourists visit Docklands Port, which is a busy place at night. Here, visitors will soak up the panoramic view of the Yarra River at night, extremely shimmering. Nearby is the Eureka Skydeck 88 building, with a height of 285 meters. Skydeck is the highest public observatory in the southern hemisphere in a building. From here you'll enjoy breathtaking panoramic views of the vast city of Melbourne, extending as far as the Dandenong Ranges and Port Phillip Bay. The observatory is a block of glass bottom protruding from the front of the building. Visitors can enjoy watching the city from here, or just drink water and watch the clouds at Skydeck's counter. Especially around the building is the romantic river, large park, art gallery, luxury shopping area, making this place a very popular destination. Located in the city centre is Melbourne Stadium with a capacity of up to 100,000 people, considered the largest stadium in Australia, and the 10th largest in the world. Located within the stadium grounds is the National Sports Museum. There are displays commemorating memorable moments in the history of sports. Located not far from the center is the Royal Botanical Gardens, which is one of the leading tourist attractions of the Green Park, is rated as one of the best botanical gardens in the world. Canberra. Home to Australia's cultural treasures is the capital, Canberra. Canberra is the largest inland city and the 8th most populous city in the country, located about 280 kilometers south of Sydney, and is a self-governing federal district, covering 2,400 square kilometers. Besides the city's museums and memorials, it's also known for its friendly festivals. In the city centre is Lake Burley Griffin, a long man-made lake surrounded by parks and walking trails. The streets in the capital are designed in a large and spacious way. And located in the centre of the capital is Australian National Parliament House, designed very spectacularly and sophisticatedly. This building has an ethereal, pure, but powerful artistic architecture that will make visitors unforgettable. Exploring Australia, visitors will feel that this is a trip that passes quickly, but very gently and smoothly. It can be said that Australia is a very special country. Although there is the progress of the most developed cities in the world, somewhere in Australia is still ancient, and the pace of life is also slow, not hustle and bustle, noisy like other big cities in the world. With large land, many resources, a small population, and preferential treatment for foreigners, it can be said that Australia is the most livable country for those who like a peaceful and comfortable life.